things can happen today.
Okay.
Number one is you're going to decide to list your home with me, or you can decide not to list with me, or I'll decide not to take the listing, and any of those things is okay.
Okay.
Great, great. Now, you told me you're going to be moving to North Carolina to be with the kids, is that right?
Yeah, I miss those kids.
So is it the kids and the grandkids?
One of them has children,
Right.
yeah.
So you got to get up there, probably before the holidays, we talked about
We'd
that.
love to, yeah.
And we decided that a good price range for your home was going to be somewhere between $250 and $300.
Right, we talked about that on the phone, thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. And are you going to be interviewing any other agents for the job of selling your home?
Well, I had one yesterday, and we have one more that we're going to interview tomorrow.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, let's just get right to the basics here. I want to give you a little bit of an overview of what's going on in the real estate market.
Okay.
And if you've heard this before, just stop me and say, Apple, the last agent showed me this, you know, and we'll just move right on. But
Okay.
I kind of want to give you an overview of where we are in the market today.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Great.
So some very big statistics that we have here, and this is the Board of Realtors, and these statistics are just for Hillsborough County.
Okay.
This is all homes, all sizes, all prices. And what we're going to see is that for the sales of homes, sales are up, the number of sales are up 21% from last July to this July.
Okay.
So more homes are selling than did this time last year.
Is that because there's more on the market? Or?
Well, there actually are more on the market, but they're selling quicker.
Okay.
We have a much lower inventory, but more homes are coming on the market because as prices rise, more people can afford to sell.
Okay.
And buyers are feeling confident.
Okay. So the interest rates haven't been a big problem?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
Now, of course, it may be in some segments, but I personally haven't seen it.
Okay.
One great factor for you and for every other seller is that the median sales price last July to this July is up 31%. So whereas last year, as I said, some people couldn't afford to sell, this year they can. And they're moving up, they're moving down, or they're moving away. And like you said, you want to get out of here and get up to North Carolina or wherever it was you said you wanted to go.
Yeah. That was it. That was it.
I'm going to leave this with you. It's an awful lot of information.
Okay.
But finally, I just wanted to show you what's happening in general with homes in our price range.
Okay.
You know, we said
And this is the
between
whole county, right?
all,
Yeah,
the
okay.
whole county, all areas. We said that homes like yours, between 250 and 300, 157 sold only last month. So that's kind of the volume that we're seeing in the whole county.
Right.
And they're getting and that's 98% more sold, which seems so weird, sold this July versus last July.
Wow. That's a lot more.
It is, isn't it?
That's almost 100%.
Yeah.
That's statistic. Are you
Year
sure?
over year change, 98%.
Wow.
Now, I want to show you the sale price. Sorry, we're taping this. It says it's down 34%.
What?
Well, we saw that in the stats.
Yeah, but that's
from last
okay.
week, too.
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to show it
Oh,
to
no,
me,
I'm
then-
sorry. I'm looking at median days on market. The average home in this price range is on the market now 35 days only.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. And that's down 34% from last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And finally, we were talking about more homes are coming on the market.
Right.
This is proof of that. There, 248 homes came on the market this July. That's a 61% increase of homes on the market versus last July. So again, more people can afford to sell.
Okay.
We're going to have a little more competition
Right.
than we would have last
But
year.
that's not all in my neighborhood.
No, exactly
Right,
right,
right.
exactly right. So that's for you.
Okay.
Let's talk about pricing of your home.
Okay.
Great, great. And what that looks like in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Now, this is just an analysis of homes that have sold in your neighborhood, Southampton. And this only goes back 90 days. So it's a high-level overview of all the homes that are either on the market now, which would be our competition, homes that are under contract, and homes that have sold and closed in the last 90 days.
So that's just 3 months.
Right.
Okay,
We don't want to go back too much further than that because prices are going up. So to be fair to you and to put the most money in your pocket, I just want to go back 90 days.
okay.
Now, let's look at the details. Here's a home that's currently on the market on Streamdale. Do you know that home?
No, I think I saw the sign, but I don't know who lives there.
It's a little bit bigger than yours. It's 2,200 square feet, and your home we have at 2,138,
Okay,
according to the tax records. Let me just check, because I did this yesterday, and I want to make sure I'm telling you the right square footage.
and what year
2230, sorry.
am I built?
You were built in 2010.
2010, okay, because this one is newer, so that's in that new section.
Right, right. And you're 2230, so it's just a little bit smaller than your home, and exactly the same size, actually.
But that's okay,
This home is the same size as yours,
right,
and it's been on the market 32 days.
okay,
Right, right. And they're asking $275,000.
okay. But it says they have a contract active.
Active with contract,
Okay.
yeah. So it's
So we don't know
actually
what it's
active with
gonna
contract,
sell
isn't it?
for.
Right, we don't.
Okay,
This home is also under contract.
okay.
It's 1,800 square feet.
Oh, that's smaller than mine.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it was on the market quite a while. Yeah.
Wow, much lower.
And let's look and see, did they do some price reductions? They started out at 227, went to 218, got a contract in on the 7th of, on July 9th, right? So
Right.
those two are under contract. Here's another one under contract. It's smaller than yours as well. It's 1,900 square feet. It was on the market 18 days.
Wow, but higher price, that's better.
240.
Hmm.
Let's look importantly at what homes have sold.
Okay,
So let me find, I put everything in here because I knew you'd be curious about everything that's sold
Yeah.
in the neighborhood.
yeah,
Let's look at homes that are similar size to yours.
okay.
Here's one that's the same size as yours,
Oh, yeah,
2,230 square feet.
right,
It was listed at 255,
right, built the same year.
and it was on the market for 45 days.
Okay.
And here's one.
When did it close?
It closed in the 6th of September,
Oh, wow, just recently.
Right.
What did it close for?
and it closed for 252.
Oh, wow, so really close to what the ask was.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That was a good 99% list price to sale price.
Oh, wow.
And here's one that is also the same size as yours, 2,230 square feet. It was listed at 275.
Wow, much higher than the last one.
And it was on the market 68 days.
Right,
And they actually sold for 268 back on the 23rd of September, so just a
so
couple days ago.
those last two would,
They're the
something
best
from mine.
comparables.
okay, and they both had 2-car garages.
Right. They're the same floor plan.
Okay, did they have all the upgrades like I did?
One had tile floors and one has wood floors.
Okay,
So you know what we do when we're looking at homes that have sold and trying to derive a price for your home? A lot of times we use a thumbnail of price per square foot.
okay,
And let's look at this. This home sold for $123 a square foot, and this is the one that had this one sold for $113 a square foot, and that's the one that had the tile floors.
oh, right,
That was the same size as yours.
right,
And this one sold for $120 a square foot.
okay,
It had the hardwood floors and it
Right.
had the granite,
okay,
right?
yeah.
So that gives us a really good range of price per square foot that we could consider buyers are willing to pay for homes like yours.
Okay,
And so based on that, I'm going to recommend a range, and I didn't do the math, I'm going to recommend a range of between 255 and 275 that your home would reasonably sell and close for.
okay,
So what we want to do is determine a price that we want to put it in the market at so that we can get the most traffic and the most offers.
So like $295, because you know people will come in and lowball me.
They, you know, it might seem that that might happen.
Yeah.
But can you imagine what would happen if a home was priced way above what it should be priced? Can you imagine that some people might say, I'm not even gonna look at those people might be crazy?
Okay, so you think this one here's the top, we should probably list that?
I
Okay.
am thinking that. And, you know, just for fun, I used another program to give us a market analysis, because I had access to that as well.
Okay.
And it gave a range. Now, the computer kind of crunched and munched it, but it gave a range as well. And it's very similar to what I just told you.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave all this with you. It used similar comparable homes that have sold, and the range that it gave was 250 to 270. So you see, coming at it two different ways, this is what we think your
Right.
home could reasonably sell for. And importantly, we want it to be able to appraise for the buyers, because
Right,
most
right.
buyers are going to need financing.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So I'm going to suggest a list price of $275 tonight for your home.
Okay,
And I believe that that's going to get us the most traffic and possibly multiple offers.
okay,
All right?
yeah,
Great, great. So I prepared the contract,
okay.
and if you're ready to go ahead and list the home for $275, let's get it going and put me to work.
Well, I think I want to think about it. Because I told you I was meeting with one other person.
Right, right. I can understand that. And if two heads are better than one, why don't we just take a minute and think about what are the things that might be affecting you right now? What are you
Right.
thinking about?
Well, what am I gonna make if I sell it for $275?
Great question. I brought you a net sheet for $275, just to show you if we were to sell it at the list price,
Right.
what you would be getting in your bottom line. And I've also brought you a net sheet at $270,
Okay.
so that you can see the difference between selling it for full list price and for $270.
Okay,
And so this is what you'd be putting in your pocket.
in my pocket.
Mhm.
And then I pay my mortgage off of that.
Exactly. You told me that you only owed $230, so I
Right.
figured that in.
Okay,
Yeah, to the
Oh, is that where that
calculations.
number
Yeah, this
came
is what
from?
you're gonna
Okay.
put in your pocket, to my best estimate.
okay.
Mhm.
God, I thought I was gonna get more than that.
Well, I can imagine, but this is the fact. Now, the title company's gonna do a more calculated estimate based on the actual time that we get the
Right.
contract.
Right. So did that have your, I mean, am I supposed to do,
You're good?
does that have your commission on there?
Right. Let's go from the top.
Oh, okay,
Mhm. Here's the list price.
okay,
And then right here, the seller, which is you, is gonna pay the title insurance and the state tax.
okay, that's normal.
That's normal
Yeah.
and customary. Here is the two commissions, 3% to Prudential and 3% to the other agent that's gonna bring us a buyer.
Right, right,
Here's a $325 transaction fee that Prudential's gonna charge. It goes to them, not to me.
right,
It helps keep all of the files in storage,
okay,
everything for you if you ever need it again.
okay.
So your costs of sale are gonna be this.
Mhm.
And then I've calculated the mortgage that you told me you still owed.
Right,
So we're gonna take that off.
okay,
As well as, I'm estimating we're gonna get your home sold in the next 30 days.
okay,
So I put a closing date in here of November 15th.
okay. But if I needed a couple more weeks, we could ask for that?
Exactly.
Okay.
The closing date is negotiable,
Okay,
and we wanna make sure that you're comfortable, because I know you've got a lot of things to pack.
right.
Gotta get everything moved up to North
And
Carolina.
we'll make sure they're qualified?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, any offer that we're going to receive is going to be accompanied by a pre-qualification letter from that buyer's lender or proof of funds to close if they're going to be a cash buyer. So
Okay.
that's critical for us to have when we're looking at the contract and considering the offer.
Okay, and can you verify that that qualification letter is good? Because, you know, my neighbor had one and her buyer went down the tubes because he had a pre-qual letter.
Right, and you know sometimes that happens. What I do when I do get that pre-qualification letter, it'll always have the contact information for the lender.
Right,
First, I look to see who the lender is.
right,
You know, and quite frankly, sometimes we want to stay away from some of the big lenders and from some of the mortgage companies.
right, 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 right.
But I will call that lender and ask as many questions as are kind of ethically possible to ask to
Okay.
give you and I a sense of comfort.
Right,
Mhm,
right.
that buyer's
Because I don't wanna
qualified.
pack up and then,
Well, exactly.
yeah,
And the other thing in our contract to purchase, and I'm gonna supply you with that so you can review that while we're on the market and come to me with any questions prior to us getting a contract.
right, right,
The other thing in that is a full loan commitment date.
okay,
So we're going to be receiving something in writing from your buyer's lender saying they have their full loan commitment, and we can put a date on that to give you comfort before
Right.
you pack up.
right, right, right.
Mhm.
And they'll put down some money or something, right, to show me?
Well, exactly. They're gonna
Okay.
put down a good faith deposit, and again, you can determine how much you need, and I can guide you through that process.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. And so what else do you do? I mean, I saw the numbers and everything, what else do you do?
Well, you know, I did send you this, and I asked you to review it,
Yeah,
but I
did
have
go
it right
through
here.
A little bit of it.
Okay, I have it right
I
here.
mean, I saw all the stuff about you, but,
Well, here's my market plan, and that was part of what I sent you.
Okay.
Mhm. First of all, and importantly, I'm gonna help you price your home right.
right,
And only two things really matter in a market like this:
right,
the price that we set on your home
right.
and your motivation to sell.
Well, I gotta go, so,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, pricing your home, and we both agreed that $275 looks like a really good price.
Right, to start,
And my job is to try to get you as much of that as possible.
right,
Then I'm going to walk through the home with you and help you figure out what to do to make the home look more sellable.
okay,
You know, you're moving, so we're going to want to pack up and move, pack up and store a lot of the personal things.
okay.
Do you watch DIY or some of those shows?
Oh, God, yeah, they
with
come
the-
in and tell you, I don't have to paint anything, do I?
Well, we're going to go through the house and make some notes.
Okay,
I don't know yet.
okay.
I haven't seen anything glaring, but, you know, I want to spend some time with
Right.
you on that.
Because you know, the last realtor came in and told me I had to do all this stuff, take popcorn off, and she wanted to stage my home.
Really? So, you know, importantly, and I know you know this, most buyers start their search on the internet.
Oh, God, yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's where I've been looking to go to North Carolina.
Exactly, exactly. And one great thing that Prudential can give to you is access for your home on all the major websites. I mean, hundreds of websites.
Okay,
And we pay extra to make your home a featured home in
Okay.
Realtor.com, for
Oh, good.
instance, Zillow, Truly, all those big sites.
Okay.
So you're going to have multiple photos, the big descriptions, and those are things that we do extra for you.
okay,
So that's in here as well.
okay,
Yeah. We're going to do a beautiful glossy flyer for the inside of your home, and I brought some samples for you
Okay.
here so you can see something that I do specially.
okay.
And I'm going to hire a photographer to take professional pictures as well as do a virtual tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even on my little house? My little
Exactly.
300,000, 275?
Exactly.
I'm considered a fine home?
In my mind, you are. You know, did I tell you that one of three things can happen in this meeting?
Yeah.
You can decide to list
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
You
Or
can
maybe
decide
didn't
not
want-
to.
Did you not like my
Or
house?
maybe I could decide not to take the listing. You know, you are driving me crazy. So, I'd like to share with you one thing that I do differently than
Okay.
most agents in
Perfect.
terms, you know, any agent can put a lockbox on the front door, can
Right.
hire a photographer, make the, you know, websites, all that stuff. One thing that I do differently than so many other agents is that I'm an active agent. You want an active agent, don't you?
Oh, yeah, yeah, so you do this all the time?
I do this all the time,
Okay.
and what I do the minute I take your listing is I get on the phone.
Oh, who do you
I'm
call?
either on the phone or I'm sending emails to all the other top agents in the area, agents who have proven themselves to have buyers.
Oh, wow, so maybe they'll already know somebody?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow, we could sell this fast.
Well, as I said, the first 15 days of your listing are the most critical days because there are buyers who are waiting for a home like yours to come on the market. They've already seen all the other homes. They're waiting for another great home to come on the market. So I'm on the phone or sending emails out to these top agents. I have a listing of 1,500 agents that
Wow.
I talk to.
Wow, that's
Exactly,
great.
exactly. So that's my market report, and I mean my marketing plan. And I know that we've talked about some of this on the phone. Did you have any other questions for me? Are you ready to sign the contract?
Again, I still have that other guy to meet with.
Oh, right, right. So, why don't we do this? Since we're sitting together, and you told me that you're ready to list your home for $275.
Right.
You think that I can sell your home, is that right?
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and sign the paperwork today, and what I'm going to do is I'll call the other agent and tell them that you've listed the home with me, and they can bring us the first buyer, and that way we all win. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds good, but shouldn't I call them?
Well, I can take that burden off of you. I do it all the time.
You do?
Yeah, yes. Most buyers at this point of my presentation are ready to sign and put me to work. So why don't we get the contract signed, let me get to work, and I'll call the other agent and let her know that you signed with me.
But I always think about stuff.
What? What are you thinking about?
Well, I mean, you know, my grandkids and, I mean, all that. And I just gotta make sure that those numbers are gonna work.
Oh, well, let's go over the numbers again, and maybe you can tell me what might be concerning to
Do you
you.
want me to keep doing what you wanted to practice?
Pardon?
Do you want me to keep doing what you wanted to practice? Or are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm gonna choke you in a minute.
Well, she said to me.
I know, but then we said